Well, hello folks. Welcome to my oil painting tutorial. And today we're going to dive into the mesmerizing world of long grasses. Alright, first things first, let's say goodbye to that boring white canvas. Get yourself some transparent oxide red and thin it down with white spirits. Just spread it all over without a care in the world. And because you're using white spirits, thinned out transparent oxide red, you can easily use the hair dryer to help speed up the session. And once it's dry to the touch, you're ready to go. And let's see if we can add some depth to this wannabe masterpiece. Mix up a darkish background with a combination of transparent oxide red and phthalo green. And this is where we can start giving the grasses some depth. This is where you can see the dark layers of the grasses. Alright, now it's time to start getting your green on. Grab your brush and mix up a concoction of phthalo green, transparent oxide red, ultramarine blue and cadmium yellow. Start with a nice darkish base layer of green, gradually adding some yellows to create lighter tones in certain areas of the field. And let's not forget to edge the embankment. This helps create the shapes of the landscape, using slightly darker tones to help define those shapes. Now here's a little trick, folks. Take a microfiber cloth, not kitchen towel. Kitchen towel leaves behind all these little baubles of paper, and just wipe it off. Wipe off the paint that you don't want there, and it'll allow space to create better edges for the reflections. Now, let's introduce some cool vibes. And I'm only talking about a cool patch of grass, not your cool aunt who knows all the latest dance moves. Anyway, let's mix up some cerulean blue, cadmium yellow, a dash of red, a pinch of titanium white, and place it in the shadow of the tree. And that's create a little dip in the field where the light isn't quite hitting it, and it's just a little cool area there. And all I'm using is a simple fan brush. And it's time to give the grasses some character now, all about further refining the shapes. And just taking some dark colors and just gently creating the shapes that are more pleasing to me. You can either mix up a new batch or use whatever's on your palette, but create a nice darkish tone, slightly darker than what's down, and start redefining further those shapes. Now remember, we're trying to sculpt the edges here, defining dips and troughs where little things happen, where the water has shaped it here and there, and you never know what's going on. And make it pleasing to you. And take a step back and have a wee look at what you're creating. See if the shapes itself please you. Okay folks, now we're going to start to try and pull off some of that painting magic. Get your ordinary stiffish fan brush and let it do its thing. We're trying to create the illusion of long grasses in the foreground here. Play with warm and cool paints, adding a wee touch of drama, flicks and ticks here. It's like a grassy fashion show. Not being afraid to try and sculpt what's in front of you, just seeing it as a three-dimensional image in front of you, and you're trying to create the shadows and the dips all just there. All just there, what does that mean? Anyway, let's move on. Now this is where we are adding the illusion of detail. This is the finishing touches coming up to near the end of the painting. So I get myself just a rigger brush, an ordinary rigger brush, it doesn't matter, and I thin out the paint that's already on the palette. I make it I make it a nice ink consistency, and I slightly lighten the tone. And any blade of grass that's a bit too bright, just get some kitchen towel and knock it back a little bit. Just dab it on the top of it. I suppose we're almost finished here, folks. All I'm doing now is adding the minor details. Little bits of grass, flicks and ticks here and there in the background-ish of the painting, just in the middle ground there. And you would see these just from a distance, but everything else is nice and soft. Okay, folks, I think that's it. You've went ahead and done it. Give yourself a round of applause. Hey, you've mastered the art of painting long grasses, and I hope you found it as much fun as I did. And if you feel this was somewhat valuable to you, just, if you could, please remember to hit the like button and subscribe buttons. It helps. And feel free to add any comments or questions down below. All there's left to say is thanks for joining me today, folks. I wish you all the best and have a good day. Bye for now.